Good afternoon, West Virginia. I come to you today with guarded optimism and excitement that on day 41, we finally have scored a victory for West Virginians. Very, very excited to talk about that. But I would be remiss if I didn't lament the fact that I'm ashamed that we even had to take up such a measure in your legislature. I'm ashamed that we wasted time debating this awful measure. But again, I'm very excited, and I want to, from the bottom of my heart and the rest of the caucus' heart, thank you. This bill today that would have weakened childhood immunizations would not have died right now if it wasn't for you. You have been engaged the whole way through. You've called your legislators. You've shown up, and this is what we need. This is what democracy looks like. I'm proud to stand with the House Democrats today. Everyone voted no. We led the way on defeating this bill, and I would note in a bipartisan manner. They followed us because we listened to you, and we are championing what you wanted at home. And again, I'm just so excited and thrilled about that. And I'm now going to pass it off to Delegate Mike Pushkin to talk about it a little bit further.
Thank you. Thank you, Minority Leader Hornbuckle. I would just echo what the Minority Leader said. This is a win for the people of West Virginia who spoke clearly. I think we could all agree that there is no other bill that we received nearly as many phone calls as emails on, people coming to the Capitol, people coming up in the white coats, people who are experts who were listened to. And so this is a win for the people of West Virginia. And what this means is that your phone calls work, your emails work. And we need to keep that energy going, and we need to keep that effort going. And I would say now, to shift the focus on the fact that the governor has, what we now have seen to be a very unpopular executive order that he attempted to codify. The bill went down with bipartisan opposition, and now the executive order needs to go. So I would encourage people to call their governor, 304-558-2000, and ask him to rescind this incredibly unpopular, dangerous, and deadly executive order. Thank you.
Just to end it again, stay strong, keep calling. This is only day 41. We still have 19 more days left to go. And we want to make sure that we're still able to get good legislation across the table. Let me be very clear. We have led the whole way. We'll continue to do so. But by listening to you all at home, we still have yet to take up measures that's going to lower your utility rates. We're asking for that. We have still yet to take up measures that's addressing our foster care, our child care, or PEIA, which affects all state workers. Again, this is something that we have stood in the fire on, and we want to take care of West Virginians. And so with that, again, from the bottom of our hearts, want to thank all of you all across the state of West Virginia for speaking up and speaking out against this measure that would have taken us back to the back ages. But again, stay strong because we got a lot more to go. Thank you all. Questions?
Do you all have any concern about some of the similar pieces of legislation, the House bills that are still standing in Health Committee? They have until the end of the week to bring those up. Any concern that this could come back up again?
I would like to thank the House leadership and heard us loud and clear today. That bill went down in with bipartisan opposition, and I hope that the governor is listening as well and rescinds his executive order. But I think that we heard the people, they spoke very loud, very clear today, and the bill went down.
The bill without the religious exemptions that just would have addressed the medical exemption process, do you guys have thoughts on that? We heard from people who argued that they had a really hard time getting a medical exemption for their kids. Do you have thoughts on that?
What I will say is that, as we've all have stated today, is that West Virginia has spoken loud and clear that they don't want any changes to our vaccination laws. What I would suggest is maybe a change in process, but no change in laws. So we don't want to touch the vaccination laws. They are in place. They have done a wonderful job. Our children have been safe. What we heard today is that a lot of people who cannot get medical exemptions are looking for a different route, but that route would have come through the non-medical exemption route. So, what we say to that is no, we would have voted no, we don't want any changes, and that was listening to the advice of all of the medical associations, nursing associations, physical therapists, occupational therapists, and the residents of West Virginia. We don't want any changes.
This may not be a question for you all, but I do kind of wonder where we are. If the governor is saying we have, the executive order is out there saying we need, you guys have to, the state has to have religious exemption, and then this bill didn't pass today, where does that leave the Bureau for Public Health? What should, should they be accepting medical exemptions? What do you guys think?
Well, I think that's a great question. I think right now the ball is in the governor's court, because again, the people's representatives have spoken loud and clear, and the best government is one that listens to the people, and so he's got as much direction as he should need on a bill that went down pretty handily. So if he wants to govern effectively based on what the people of West Virginia need and want, he'll rescind that executive order this afternoon. We'll see.
Okay. If there are no more questions, again, thank all of you all for your time. See you next Monday.